9:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and we have a lot to discuss here. There's a lot of reasons why I've made my change to BitGet and why I'm doing what I'm doing, and now it's time for you guys to see exactly what's going on. We have some breaking news to discuss, and we really have to go over it. We have all U.S. crypto exchanges, including Binance, and that does include Crypto.com and a few others you're going to see in Coinbase. Their Binance being investigated by the SEC. That's why I specifically chose and partnered with BitGet after I find out all the things I did about their platform and the things. They're the #1 copy trading platform in the world. The biggest thing for me is that they got their regulatory clarity from the U.S. They got their paperwork to where it's legal for us as a U.S. consumer to buy our crypto through BitGet and them to sell it to U.S. consumers. And they've actually got their regulatory framework through the U.S. government. They've got it also in not just the USA, but Canada. And their home base is in Singapore. It's also legal in, it was Australia, the U.S., Canada, UK, and then it's Singapore, obviously. So there might have been one other country, but that's very important to me, which means it's legal for us to buy it in the U.S. But this is imperative that you guys understand what's going on here, because I would be scared to death if I owned any U.S. crypto exchange, if my money was in it. That's why I've never put money in them. My other money was in Uphold, which is based out of Australia. They've got the same kind of clarity in the U.S., that I've been talking about. So it's very important that you guys understand what this update is going to involve. So right now, all U.S. crypto exchanges, including Binance, to be investigated by the SEC. According to a staffer from the Office of the United States Senator Cynthia Lummis, every exchange in the country, as well as Binance, is reportedly being investigated by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC. Crypto exchanges under investigation. So every crypto exchange that operates inside the U.S. is under investigation. Not ones that are outside because they have no jurisdiction. What the government does is, like with platforms like BitGet, they gave them the legality to operate here and let us use it, while not giving their own crypto exchanges that operate in the U.S., they did not give them their own legality. So they're allowing foreign exchanges to operate within the U.S. and take the customers with no penalty, but at the same time, investigating their U.S. crypto exchanges. That's a red flag right there. That's why I don't operate in the U.S. crypto exchanges. I operate with ones that have the legality to operate and function in the U.S. from the U.S. government and have the paperwork to prove it, like BitGet. That's why I'm doing what I do, and that's why I'm reporting it and trying to get you guys to join me on BitGet. There's a lot more that goes into it than what meets the eye, but I'm going to start pushing BitGet a lot more to get you off of your exchanges that are going to fuck you. BitGet is a lending platform, not a trading, or it's a trading platform, not a lending platform. Which means you can trade on it, but you're going to have to find another exchange unless you want to do peer-to-peer, which you'll have to verify your identity through your state ID, through your driver's license, which I have my state ID now, so I'm going to verify. But you can't withdraw money off of it. So I use Uphold, or I'm using Kraken now, to try to just take money off of. And Kraken was seamless. But with all this going on, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm verifying so that I can use PayPal. So then I can withdraw my money and sell it through PayPal right off the BitGet. They have a peer-to-peer function, a P2P. So you can even send it to cashapp. Because they do crypto the same way. So you've got to get innovative with what's going on right now, because this is going to wreck a lot of people. Per a report from Forbes, quoting an unarmed staffer from, unnamed staffer from Senator Lummis' office, the SEC is reportedly probing Binance and every exchange in the United States. There have also been widely circulating reports that the SEC is investigating the $20 billion exchange Coinbase, which conveniently just announced a partnership with BlackRock. According to the source, the SEC is seeking to establish itself as the country's chief crypto regulator as it battles it out with the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission for oversight and regulation of the industry, CFTC. Since 2014, the CFTC has maintained authority over virtual currencies, but the SEC has recently made its voice known, indicating that it seeks to control the industry. The SEC's chairman, Gary Gensler, has said on multiple occasions that many tokens might qualify as unregistered securities, which would place them under the purview of the SEC, and last week gave its strongest hint yet that it intends to clamp down on the recent industry. Regulators step up oversight. So get your affairs in order and get your stuff with me on BitGet. If it goes down, I go down. But right now, they even took out a $200 million policy, which I've shared, to ensure that if the market goes down, they've got $200 million chilling as an insurance policy in case they need to use it if the liquidity ends up pulling down so that they don't have to pull out of customers' funds if shit goes wrong. Most other exchanges had to take out insurance policies because they couldn't afford it and they had to pay a third party to put up these funds. BitGet had cash on hand to do it, which means that if anything ever went wrong, they're not coming after your crypto. They've got a side fund to pay their debtors if something went wrong. That's what you want to see. They're the only ones that I have seen that have actually put this up, and this came out July 31st, of their own money, 100%. It was 100% their own money, which keeps you clear of any bankruptcy that you could lose your crypto. Understand which exchanges you use and the bullshit that they might be dealing with. I understand mine very clearly and why I partnered with them. It's the first one to date that I found that does what it does. Regulations and their trading fees are a fraction of Uphold's. Regulations have upstepped oversight lately after the SEC charged a former Coinbase employee along with 2 associates for insider trading. The regulator has also claimed that the exchange let customers trade at least 9 under-registered securities. So, and also, BitGet is in Singapore, which is the freest place to operate an exchange. The Coinbase insider trading allegations have sent shockwaves across the industry, and it has emerged that the regulator was probing Coinbase, Binance, U.S. response. Look at this. The Coinbase insider trading allegations have sent shockwaves across the industry, and it has emerged that the regulator was probing Coinbase, Binance. U.S. responded by delisting one of the tokens. Remember I talked about this, and so did Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, and a lot said we were full of shit, but Binance did officially delist in the immediate short-term past, they did in fact delist AMP. Since the insider trading filing, SEC Chairman Gensler has gone on record saying that he does not see a difference between cryptocurrency exchanges and traditional stock trading venues, continuing that there are inherent conflicts of interest with exchanges that act as market makers. The SEC's wrath continued last week when it charged 11 people behind the Forsage website, which it has called a crypto pyramid scheme and which costs users $300 million. While the SEC and the CFTC battle it out to establish who should have regulatory oversight of the industry, the Senate Agriculture Committee introduced a bill this week, if passed, would see Bitcoin and Ethereum classified as commodities and give the CFTC oversight of the exchanges that list them for trading. So this is some breaking news. All U.S.-based crypto exchanges are being investigated by the SEC. Get your money out of Coinbase. Get your money out of Binance. And get your money out of any exchange that's associated and resides on the land, on the ground, that resides in this great country of the USA. If their office is in the USA and that's where their main building and where they reside, you got to get out of there. You got to find an exchange that has all the legal paperwork to operate in the USA, but is not running in the USA. That's BitGet. They're owned and operated in Singapore, but they have clearancy and licensing to be run in the USA, Canada, UK, I believe Australia is the other one, and also Singapore. So you can already trade with them in all those countries legally. You don't even have to. You don't have to use like everybody asked me, do I have to use a VPN with? No, they already have their clarity and they already have the paperwork through the U.S. government. So you are legally allowed to trade with BitGet. Period. The government signed off on it, and they're taking a payout, I'm assuming, from BitGet to do it. So, and then everybody's always like, well, Tom, So coming to BitGet, it's so easy to use. I can't explain it. Everything is easy, and I've been putting more and more money on here, making more and more money. So in my futures account, I have $179 in USD. In USDT, I built it up to $1,345.73. In spot, I have in USDC, here, I'll just go like this. So in spot, we have $3,596 in USDC, $553 in USDT, and then $11.98 in BGB. But then I've got some airdrops that they've given me randomly. LAT, I don't even know what half these are. 86.62 shares. AFK, they've given me 86 shares. Shiba, 70,162 shares. It's worth 85 cents right now, but who knows if it ever goes to $1. That's free shares they're just giving me. Volt, 920,784 shares. Then they gave me 1,044 shares of Lunk, 6,790 shares of Cult. So, Luffy, they gave me all those shares, which is worth 4 cents. USTC, they've given me a cent worth. You know, so they've given me a little bit of a lot, actually. So these are all little airdrops that you can see up to 0.004 cents on some of these. 0.004. So they've given me a lot. Anchor 0.125. So I get little airdrops as well. So this is what I have. So if you're asking me where I trust, I have $3,609 in spot. I have $1,524 in futures, which puts me at over $5,000 here on BitGet. And then the P2P feature is how you can sell your crypto. You have to verify, which I haven't done yet, with my ID card, which I'm going to tonight. But you can actually sell it and right to your PayPal. So even though it's not, you can't withdraw to your bank, you can technically sell it through a peer-to-peer, which is PayPal. So keep that in mind. If you want to join me on BitGet, look in the video description below, and it will give you all the information, and I will show